Okada ban kickstarts tomorrow. About a week ago, the Lagos State Governor banned Okada at 5 local government areas in Lagos, Lagos Mainland, Lagos Island, Ikeja, Papa, and I think there's one more, Surulere. And a lot of people kept saying, "Are you kidding right now? You know, is this a possibility? Is this something that can fly?" All right, how prepared is Lagos to tackle the traffic congestion now that Okada is being banned actively? What are we going to do as a people? Some people say they park their cars and they'd rather take Okada, but with the number of an Okada passed through my front this morning, crossed into the lane while I was driving to the office, and I remember Mr. Tolani saying, if anybody has been robbed by a bike before, that's action. You know, it crossed into my lane and took the side of the car, front of the car to the side of the car. If anybody has been robbed by an Okada before, that can give you a heart attack. Yeah. But people do not see the security risk. People do not see the fear. People do not see the pain. The number of people without disabilities that have become people with disabilities because of Okada. People do not look at all of that. All people are talking about is, hey, with the traffic gridlock, with the traffic congestion in Lagos, how do we cope without Okada?
Well, on this one,
how prepared are we?
I just want to appeal to Nigerians, particularly Lagosians, because we're streamlining to Lagos now. Please, the menace and the havoc, the insecurity and other things these Okada people create far, far, far more than the benefit of you that want to ride that Okada because you want to meet up appointments, you want to get to somewhere very fast, or some of us are lazy. We can't even walk from here to there. We still have to use a bike. Now, sorry, I don't want to go to the medical part of exercise because they said a lot of people are dropping dead. I mean, the rates now is really bad. Why? Because some of us, we don't exercise. Do you know that when you walk a distance in a particular day, that is in fact, it says every day 30 minutes and all that, but a lot of us, we don't want to do that. In as much also that I need that Okada. But my appeal to us right now, let us see that there is a danger, and this Okada saga is like us sitting on a powder gun, or a gunpowder, sorry, and now that it can explode at any time. We heard about the incident at Lekki, how they mobbed somebody and killed somebody.
Because of 100 naira.
Because of 100 naira. And we have seen instances on how this Okada, any small thing, the way they gather and
don't
they
forget
do anything.
The incident at Day Market in Abuja as well.
Oh, yes. Yeah. And we've seen situations where all the way they even, like you said, even some of them use that to rob in traffic, and some of them also do all sorts with that thing. With the one that happened recently to Pastor Bolaji. Harvesters was Okada guys, 2 of them on the bike that stopped the guy, and they almost, in fact, they shot at him. Thank God that God somehow waved the bullet away. But they shot at him. So all these things, we need to look at some of these people, like I said, from other countries. Only God knows how they got into Nigeria. That is another one with our government and the security agencies that are supposed to checkmate all this thing. Our borders are so porous that
catch guys that is about to cross.
Yes,
they will not catch human beings.
We have people from Niger, we have people from Chad, we have people from even Cameroon.
Whose brand of Hausa is not ours?
Out of every 10, 8 of them are not Nigerians.
Are not Nigerians, and we are claiming they should continue running the show. Look, these people are coming like legions. And by the time they overwhelm us, I pray it will not be too late for us to realize that we can actually do away without these guys. So please, I am appealing to Nigerians. Help the government. Help the security agencies. Let's get rid of, help yourself. Yes, let's get rid of these people. Look at Kano. Kano before was, as in, when you talk about Okada in Kano, it was the place. But look at Kano today. Look at Port Harcourt today. So we can achieve the same thing, and people are not dying. People are living. They are working. Then I will also appeal to the government of Lagos State, please create more roads. Please let us see how we can manage the traffic, because that is the excuse of our people, to see what we can do to have alternative road, to manage the transportations and all that, and also help us with all these commercial buses. They are also another menace on its own. But let us concentrate on Okada. So if government can give us more route to ply, manage our traffic, then our people, please be patient. There is no hurry anyway. There is no need to get to anywhere you're going now. When it's because we had embraced the system of Okada.
Yeah.
The day we decide to say no more, there was a time in our life Okada was not part of our system.
Exactly.
We were doing our things. If you cannot boss, if you can, we work and we do all the. Please, can we just revisit this? This life, because this this bomb that is here, I pray it's not exploding
at different areas. The Lekki issue came up, number one, because it's Lekki, number two, because someone
died.
If you ask in different localities, these guys, they are so aggressive. If you hit maybe one of them or they hit you,
oh my! Or you have an argument with one of them.
2 years ago, was it 2 years ago, or was it last year? A policeman died.
Yes.
A senior officer died.
Yes.
And
that was at Ajawa Estate.
Yes, and it was broad daylight.
Yes, broad daylight at Ajawa
I'm sure
Estate.
the police took care of that quietly on there because it was one of their own. I'm sure they did not let it slide. And it happened in broad daylight. These people, and most of the time, if you really look into their community very well, they don't live in proper houses. And they sleep on those.
No. That's what I wanted to say. They sleep on those bikes. They bathe in gutters.
Yes.
Inside gutters.
And if you check,
they have no place.
If you check different neighborhoods, they've carved a place for themselves. Even at Obanikoro, that up from both sides of
the road.
Ikorodu Road. If you go into
those streets,
you will be surprised everywhere.
And you see, it comes back to the issue of the government saying we ban Okada. Now, if you pick up the Okada, what do you intend to do about picking up the people? Why not do exactly what Ganduje did? Ganduje, Nasir El-Rufai said, go back to your state.
That's it.
That's exactly what they did. No, let's call a spade a spade. If you say...
With the will on the part of the government...
No, because what they did, for example, the issue of the cows overriding the farms in Ondo State, that's exactly what was done as well. Pack them into the vehicle and take them back to where they came from. So if you're going to be riding a bike and you're sleeping on the bike, you don't have a house, there are laws in Lagos that caters to that. Pack them and take them back to where they let the government be responsible for the transportation.
People will come and say that because they can live anywhere in the country.
But they're not living.
But then now the question is, let them even identify themselves, whether they are even Nigerians in the first place. Yeah. So take them out, let them identify themselves.
Are they even living in the first place? Is that what they call living?
Thank you. Lagos State has got
that. Is living in the gutter.
Lagos State has got Lagos State residents. Like if you're living here for 90 days or 6 months. Yeah. Have they even tried to register these people? Have they even tried to get fingerprints of these people?
Do they know them? People wait in gutters by the side of the street.
How truck brings these people to Lagos?
If you stay at Baga,
and they keep bringing them.
If you stay on the express, you would see them. Sometimes they hide these bikes in between goods, and you see that. I mean, just stay at the express here or coming in through to. I've been going towards Abattoir.
In those days, and what we see people do in those days, we had the shoemakers that used to go around. Yeah. We had the, number of things people were doing. In fact, people from Ghana, in those days, they were doing shoemaking and all the other things. People from Ghana, we know that they are from Ghana.
Yeah.
Shoemaking, tailors, and all.
We know where they were from. Yeah. But this one, we can't even identify them.
They're aggressive. Extremely, very aggressive.
How did we get here?
And then they occupy almost all of the streets. You see them early in the morning. You are almost scared of allowing your child to go on the road because they are halfway into the road and they take strategic positions. They're sleeping on the bike, they bait on the bike. I wonder how they defeat
another evil that we are not, most parents are not really, looking into is that they do drugs as well.
Well,
they do drugs really well.
Yes.
So if you think you're safe, I don't ride bikes, I don't go out, they don't disturb me. They distribute drugs.
And guess what? I'm sure 70% of those people don't even know how to ride bikes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They just go on the road, and you see them, they want to fall. You see them, they want to. And the annoying thing, the one that baffles me more, are the people, the passengers.
But the passengers,
they sit comfortably.
Oh,
on top of them.
When you in fact, when I use them and you carry me on bike, and I see that move, the first one is to warn you, don't try that, please. I'm not running to anywhere. Take it easy. The second move, I will give you a dirty slap from back, and I will tell you stop. I'll get down from that bike. But you see here, the passengers will be abusing you. They will be abusing you. You the vehicle, whatever.
The driver of the vehicle.
Of the vehicle. They will be abusing you. The ones that are carrying. So you see somebody waving bikes like that, you can. And once you fall, that one will disappear. It will disappear. If you are out to escape.
It goes down.
You are the one that, and you cannot caution them.
You see, the bad part is, how come every time a bike accident happens, it's the passenger
that they know how to escape?
Because they are conscious of what they know what they are doing. They know the risk. The passenger is just there. It's a because of the fact that if anything happens, in fact, I'll wait.
We have different type of passengers. I see all sorts. Sometimes you see a passenger on a bike that the person you are not even sure of. Then the passenger is carrying phone. He's still pressing. A Facebook on a bicycle. On a motorbike, sorry. And I'm like, so what happens?
If anything happens,
because you're struggling with the phone,
you're not alert.
No.
I mean, you're not alert.
When I say we are the problem.
How do you hold your phone on a bike when another bike will be driving past you, just snatch your phone?
I see.
You see all sorts, and we really need to talk to ourselves. We really need to reorientate ourselves. We can do without a lot. I think 5 or 6 states in the north have banned them completely.
Yes.
And heavens did not fall.
Yeah.
So if we ban them here, heavens will still not fall.
So that comes back to Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. What is the willingness of the government? Yes, he has met with the security agencies. It started with 5 local governments, and people were just saying, we did an opinion poll on radio, actually, on Star FM here, and people just said, why are we doing it in phases? Why not just ban completely?
Blanket ban.
People were saying, why you're saying leave 5 local government areas and you're telling them to go to the other 15? That's what you're saying. Ban completely and let people find another means of livelihood. People who are riding bikes were welders. I'm talking about Yoruba people were riding bikes, were welders. Some of them were shoemakers, some of them were cobblers, some of them were carpenters, some of them are graduates.
That's why we are saying, some of us are advocating for government on their part to do the necessary things. In those days, those welders, because there was electricity that they were managing, it wasn't as if the electricity wasn't there 24/7, but at least they were relying on something. But today, those basic things, those basic amenities that those boys needs to do some things are not there. So we are appealing to federal government, because state government cannot do those things. We are appealing to the appropriate authorities. Please, before we can say, oh, this, that, even when we're looking at fixing all those things, give us the basic amenities. When there is light, okay, look at those barbers. They are not there in their shop because the one that is there is using generator to do his work, and he's going to spend more money. So please, we are appealing to them. All these basic amenities. If they look at a friend of mine, we were discussing yesterday, their own fear in Lekki is that these bike people, now they abandon them in that as is. That these bike people will go to Ibeju, Lekki.